First of all, I'd just like to make a point. I actually came here thinking we would be discussing the resolution that allows guns to be carried in vehicles locked. So just to make a quick point on that, which the college has come out not banning but saying it's against. This is already allowed in high school campuses. In section 13-3102, which is what contains the new bill, it states that firearm that is not loaded and that is carried within a means of transportation under the control of an adult, provided that if the adult leaves the means of transportation or the firearm shall not be visible from the outside of the means of transportation, and the means of transportation shall be locked. So basically that said, above that it says Section A, paragraph 12 of section shall not apply to the following possession of a firearm, which is basically talking about the legal rights and the legal ramifications of doing so. So it's saying that within that, on means of transportation in a school, you are allowed to have that. It then goes on to say a school means a public or non-public kindergarten program, common school, or high school. Already adults on a high school campus are allowed to have firearms within their car if they are hidden from view and securely locked. I just wanted to point that out. So if we're not better than a high school or more advanced or mature than a high school or a kindergarten, then I don't know what we're doing here. Secondly, I just wanted to quickly read off. It's not loading up now. How do I load this up? Okay. Can you come grab it real quick? Basically, everyone's been talking about the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. We have a Constitution of Arizona also. And within this Constitution, Article 26 of Section 2 states that the right of the individual citizen to bear arms in defense of himself or the state shall not be impaired. It then goes on to say, but nothing in this section shall be construed as authorizing individuals or corporations to organize, maintain, or employ an armed body of men. Basically, the second section is a qualification saying that you can't go and run your own militia or armed services without permission. I'm curious as to what gives the Senate the right to end a constitutional amendment and a bill passed by the state the right to stop that. If anybody has an answer to that, I would love to know that, but I know this is a public forum, it's not on you guys, so. Would you like an answer? Yes. Just to explain? Yes. The Senate is proposing a resolution, which is just a formal statement, really, official stance from the Senate, from ASUA. They don't obviously have the power to end this necessarily. It's just kind of a formal statement on behalf of. So even if this were to pass, this then does not have a legal means of ending it. A teacher could actually bring a firearm concealed onto campus.
There's no enforcement.
There's no enforcement of it.
Are you talking about the proposed resolution?
The proposed resolution, not the vehicle fire.
This is a resolution proposed by the Senate, specifically Senator Cohen.
It's a censure. It's
basically, I'm not in debate, it's basically their state is expressing an opinion that they're not in support of the current legislation being proposed. It's an opinion. But the student government does not have the ability to enforce it.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you very much. Fine? Okay, thank you very much.
Next up we have Jennifer Rogers.
Since there are no girls speaking on behalf of the bill, I decided I need to get up here and even things out of it. Anyway, the reason, I'll keep it short, but why I'm up here is that it is true, people are going to bring guns to campus if they want to kill people for whatever reason. Just because it is a gun-free campus is not going to prevent someone from bringing a gun to campus and murdering innocent people. It's horrible, but that sadly is the truth. And all I'm proposing is that if professors, they were not required to, they would have the option to carry a weapon. Now think of the 32 people at Virginia Tech. Think of the people at Fort Hood, Columbine, any place. Those are sons, those are daughters, those are brothers, they're sisters, they're cousins, they're nephews. They're loved ones, and they're taken because someone came to campus and they murdered them for whatever reason. And you know, you can ask those family members. I'm pretty sure they'd be willing to tell you that they would give anything to get those people back. And if someone on that campus, a professor, elected to carry a weapon, and they could prevent just anyone from getting murdered, I bet you any one of those parents would say that it would be worth it because they would have their sons, their daughters, their family back. And so it's not saying that anyone on the campus can carry a gun. It's that if you are educated and you know how to carry a gun, you will have the ability to prevent these horrendous crimes from happening. Because I'm pretty sure if you look around the room, any of your friends, you would hate to see them lost, especially if there was something that could be done that you could prevent them from being taken from you just by a horrible crime. That's all I have to say.
Next up we have Aaron Daheen.
Quick question, is there going to be another round that's going to be able to go after this, or is...
We've been continuously taking speakers in the back, so they've been brought up to us. So if there's anyone else who'd like to speak, this is our current last speaker. Feel free, if you haven't spoken already, to go to the back and sign up.
Alright, I'll just make this quick. I didn't plan on speaking, but just like some of the things that people have brought up to me are kind of like ridiculous. Someone brought up the idea that, you know, someone could find the gun. I don't know if you don't understand a concealed weapon is on you. You'd have to come and get into my spandex and retrieve the gun. I'm pretty sure I'll just punch you in the face and, you know, defend myself with my bare hands. The next thing is these people are educated, okay, they have a concealed weapons permit, unlike someone like Plaxico Burress who shoots himself in the leg. I highly doubt that's going to happen, okay? You bring up the fact that it's not going to be safer with teachers having guns. Well, first of all, teachers sign contracts. My mom's a teacher. They sign contracts which tell them that they are first and foremost responsible for protecting their students. That's why you have fire drills. That's why people have tornado drills, bomb drills, etc. Like, that is part of their responsibility that they take on. I don't doubt that they would be able to defend you if they needed to, and I just don't see how you can say that it's not going to be safer or worse off. A crazy person is going to come into the school shooting. I'm not crazy. I have weapons, plenty of weapons. I don't go around shooting people because I'm not crazy. But you know what? If a crazy person comes into my house, they're going to get shot because you shouldn't have came into my house. But I'm to defend myself. The Constitution, as he already brought up, the Supreme Court already approved that people have the right to own guns. As the other gentleman brought up, the Constitution of Arizona says I'm allowed to have a gun to defend myself, and I don't see why that should not be carried out on school, or at least given the rights of the teachers.